All right, should we do a little news?
Sure. All right. So speaking of the ocean, so there's a news story today that a submersible craft that was used to take people to see the wreckage of the Titanic has gone missing in the Atlantic Ocean with its crew on board. So right now there's a major search and rescue operation. So this craft, by the way, it's $250,000 a seat.
A seat.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It holds like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That thing's missing. Well,
yeah, it's
well, yeah, that checks out. Look at that.
Right.
You can barely
it's
see
small.
it.
Yeah,
It's
so it's a truck-sized sub. The inside looks like about the size of like a minivan, and it holds 5 people. Usually dives with a 4-day supply of oxygen. It's an 8-day trip. Things made out of carbon fiber.
It's
One
an
hole.
8-day trip to get down to the Titanic?
Well, I think just the whole thing. You go down, you could probably come up, maybe go back down again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it has 4 days worth of oxygen.
Yeah, it's an 8-day. Yeah, exactly. To stay underwater. The 8-day trip set sail from Newfoundland, which is about 370 miles from the wreckage site, and then you drop down about 12,500 feet.
That far.
Yeah.
How long have they been missing?
Well, today they just reported it, so they don't know. Like, I guess they should know, but it wasn't reported. They are looking for them right now. They are very worried. Like, there's no communication, obviously, because it's so deep. They can't find these people. Yeah. So this vessel, it's 22 feet long, 9 feet high, 8 feet high, 9 feet wide, and yeah.
I can't believe you would even pay to do that. It sounds like a nightmare.
One window. You all have to crawl up one at a time and look out the small window.
I mean, you can't have a ton of windows because of the.
You're so fascinated by the wreckage that you want to spend $250,000 and be in a crawl space with your husband?
Well,
No,
the
and
submersible,
strangers.
Yeah, well,
it's an elevator underwater.
so it's 5 people. It's a pilot, 3 paying guests, and a content expert who like the tour guide.
Right.
Oh my God. Just watch a YouTube video. There's a lot on the Titanic.
Yeah.
There's a movie.
There's a lot of stuff on that.
Wow. That's
scary.
really scary. I hope they get found.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Definitely going to hurt that business if they
totally.
don't find this shit. And there has to be a couple on there, and they had to be arguing the entire. Because she wanted to go to Cannes or south of France. She wanted to go on a ski vacation. Like, she did not want to go in the submersible.
Yeah. This is going to be like the next. They're going to make a movie about this in 2 years.
What if one of them had bad breath? You're stuck down there.
I was thinking worse,
Horrendous.
but yeah.
Or Crohn's disease.
Is there a bathroom on
there
that?
There has to be.
No. I mean, I don't know. What is the round trip? Like, when are you missing? Like, how long is the trip to get
miserable
down
that guy
there?
looks even being in there. This photo, he looks.
That's too small.
very upset being there.
Why not a submarine? Aren't those bigger? Is this a submarine? I don't understand.
No. So submarines are good for certain depths, but they crush because the pounds per square inch is so incredible at that depth that it just crushes everything.
God.
This is its 5th mission, by the way.
So they
That's
need
it.
they need
wow.
small
Enough
stuff.
missions.
Not enough.
No.
It has a toilet, so they say. So it must take a little while to get down there. And then the cruise, like 375 miles off of land, that's got to take a little while, too, unless you had one of those Ziffy boards that DJ Khaled had.
I think if you're doing this,
We should send DJ Khaled to find them.
a little part of you does kind of want to die.
I mean, there's something. Letting yourself submerge that deep into the sea.
Subconsciously, you kind of know you might die.
There is, they always say, those depths of the sea are as unexplored as space.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it goes black, it goes dark down there.
It must be dark down
Like,
there.
the only things that really
creatures
goes
you've
down
never
there.
seen before.
Yeah, it's usually unmanned things because
Yeah.
humans, we were not meant to go down that low.
It's not unnecessary. And also, there's not much left of the Titanic. Isn't there? Is it like covered up by stuff now?
I don't know.
It's very.
Yeah, so
been down there for a while.
It's been down. It sank in 1912, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1912, and so it went missing Sunday, and so what happens is it gets on like a big ship, and then the ship drops it down.
Yeah.
So but this particular vessel travels at 3 knots, madam.
Oh, you dive. You
It takes
you
90
leave
minutes.
this and you dive. This little vessel? No, you can't dive.
No,
that
sorry.
deep.
No, the vessel, the submersible. dives.
Yeah, no, you stay in there. That's
Oh, yeah. I
terrifying.
wasn't suggesting the sub drove out from Newfoundland, but I know it's on a big ship and they lower them down. But
Yeah.
it says you can get to the wreck in 90 minutes. That's not too bad.
So they should be. Yeah, where'd they go?
That's scary. That's fucking terrifying.
That's
Right,
a
imagine-
nightmare.
yeah.
No, this is like giving me like.
I'm super claustrophobic. I would flip out.
No, that's fucked up. I would never
Yeah.
do that thing. Even on land, I'd be like, no, thank you.
This would be miserable, but only more miserable if it was me and you two down there just freaking the fuck out the
So
whole
you're still
time.
with that same cup.
I got my cup.
We're all so thirsty. We need some of that cup. We're like, I take back everything I said about the cup. Give me a sip of the fucking cup, Adam. Give me the fucking smoothie.
I
I
don't
would
know.
watch that movie actually.
There
No,
must
yeah.
be current and stuff down there. Maybe the motors burnt out and the current took them or
That's
something.
so
Oh,
scary.
Yeah, the government's
boy.
getting involved.
why-
Obviously.
Oh,
That's-
God. The Canadian government, because it's off Newfoundland?
Yeah. Well, government agency, so maybe. maybe
It's
more.
our Coast Guard's getting involved too. I always dream of like going to like, hey, we got the Canadian government involved. We got the American government involved because they're doing. Our Coast Guard is getting involved. I always want to go hit up Mexico and go, hey, just kidding. We understand.
Psych.
Psych. Go back taking a nap.
good.
We got people lost at sea. Oh, sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
All right, so let's go over to New York, Fort Greene, Brooklyn. These two apartments just went up for rent, and it's been met with a lot of controversy. So these are two spacious, sun-drenched, full-floor apartments in a wide brick townhome in Fort Greene. Spectacular outdoor spaces and period details. The one-bedroom apartments were put on the rental market for $4,500 and $5,750 a month, respectively, for one bedroom. But there was a stipulation. So the landlord is vegan.
Oh, boy.
So they just asked for just one thing. Please, you're not allowed to cook any meat or fish while living here. You can eat meat, just you can't cook it because we don't want to smell it. And so a lot of people are really upset about this. A lot of backlash. Their listing was removed from the website.
Who doesn't want to smell it, though? Like, where's the landlord live? Can't you get...
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you just have like a meat eater side of the building? I mean, I get you can't, maybe don't put the hibachi out on the balcony, but can't you cook with a vent?
Get a very good vent then. But it's
Right.
Right.
open a window.
So some people are like, okay, I can live with that. It's a really beautiful apartment. I just Postmates my smoothies and any food really.
Yeah.
So I'll just have it delivered to me. But then they thought, it's weird that I'm being monitored anyway.
Yes.
So that kind of that puts them off a little bit. But so the city's human rights law lists 14 characteristics that landlords are not allowed to consider when deciding to rent an apartment to someone: age, race, family status, job, source of income, sexual orientation. But eating meat is not on there, so they can say if they
can
don't want to
leave
rent
it,
it to you
yes.
because you're a meat eater.
Source of income seems like something you could do if you're trying to get $5,000 a month from something
Yeah,
like that.
I would.
I thought all
consider
those
that.
things they check. Don't they do a full credit check on you?
They do. If you're applying to live in like a condo in New York, they know your income.
Well,
they know.
Well, they know
amount.
your income, but it's the source of
Yeah.
income.
Like I could be a sex worker or something, and maybe they
I do
wouldn't matter.
cockfighting and Bitcoin. I'd rather have a guy who had a long tenure at some college or something as a professor. But,
Right.
You know what's weird is and we got to figure out this law. There's a law. So when I was at Dr. Drew's condo in New York, Drew and I at some point went out like to go have a beer or something, and we went down the elevator, and it's like, no, don't go to the lobby. We'll go to the lower lobby. Lower lobby, we can walk out on whatever streets on the other side. That's where the pub is. We'll go over there. And we go down to the lower lobby. I've just been going through the lobby the whole time. Big, lavish fountains,
la-di-da.
la-di-da. A lot of Carrara marble and sculptures and fountains and leather pointed furniture and desk guys and bellhops and stuff like that. He's like, no, we'll go to the lower lobby. I go, oh, okay. We go to the lower lobby. it's nice because it's a new building, but it's scaled way down, and everyone's black. And I'm like, what is the lower lobby? And he's like,
What year is it?
And it's like, they're all black. And it's like, oh, this is the low income part of the building.
Like
And
the
I'm
Titanic.
Yeah, steerage. and I'm like, well,
there's units down there? Like,
well, not down there, but they go in that way. And I'm like, well, like a 1 bedroom, 600 square foot, like a miniature place is $2.5 million, and 5,000 square foot is $20 million or something. And I'm like, so then how's this work? If you build a big luxury condo in New York and you're going to sell these units for millions of dollars, you have to have X amount of low income, whatever, set aside for folks that couldn't afford to live in this building, which is a very New York thing. It's got to be a fucking nightmare for your developer because you're basically saying there could be 25 units I could sell, but I can't. I have to like do a low rent. But I didn't know they had like their own lobby and shit because they're like, I don't want the fucking low rent riffraff who are on the government cheese, like walking in the front door of this place. So they make like a quiet, sort of subdued, nice because it's new. Like, you know, it's not Sanford and Son, but it is not the main lobby. It is a lower, darker, weirder lobby. And I don't know how, there's a rule. And the rule is probably like for every 10 units you sell, you have to have one low cost unit or something. And I don't know, you have to qualify and, you know, say you're a resident of the city for 10 years or whatever it is. But there's some, I guess, broke people living in this crazy super mega condo thing down by the waterfront. And I've heard about the rule before. I knew it existed, but I didn't really know they built like a separate
I've never heard
entrance.
this.
No.
And now we're getting back to what we were talking about, which is, Sammy Davis Jr. in the 50s. You come in through the back entrance,
Right.
like of the cabana. Like now we're creating like two separate.
That's still happening today.
You walk in the front,
Right.
see a lot of Asians on that side. Go down the back, you don't see the Asians over there. It's like literally separating. It's kind of crazy. It's all in the name of progress, but I don't think it's progress.
That doesn't sound like progress
But
at
it's
all. Yeah.
weird, and there's a rule.
The,
Pour door.
it's called the pour door?
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's a separate entrance in a multi-housing development.
Drew
For
just called it
those-
lower lobby, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I love that Drew didn't even know.
well-
He's like, I just like the lower lobby. He's no.
It says, it's like LL. Under the L, there's a lower lobby.
right.
And then later on, when I was over there again, I was like, now I got to check this out. So I went down there because I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, did you come into there?
No, I'm not going to be Please get
They all have
stabbed.
crones, I bet.
Darker, like literally the tile is brown instead of white. Like it's darker. It's kind of subdued. It's kind of scaled down.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are there two lobbies in this? One of them looks like, Beverly Hillbillies, and the other one's like this weird dark thing. But I'm curious what the law is. The law, it's got to be for every unit, you got to, every 10 units, you got to have one. And I don't think they own it either. It's not like they're buying the condo. I think it's this low rent something.
Yeah.
I wonder if they go into the main lobby if they get in trouble and they get sent down.
like first class or something.
Yeah. Like Titanic, how you guys Jack was in trouble, he's going down. You know what I mean? Like, do you think they can go in there? You got to ask Dr. Drew next time.
I was there 2-3 times. I didn't see any lower lobby folk walking through the main lobby and then going down
Right.
or up.
It's like below
That's
deck.
their lobby.
I would do it all the time.
And what
I
if
was
two
lower lobby.
people fall in love from
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
They have to take the service elevator.
that's where they meet.
where they meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
The dumbbell.
God, I'm trying to think. Who would be? I'm trying to think of. Oh God, what's the guy's name? When you find between the moon and New York City.
That's a theme from
I
Arthur.
know it's
And that's,
crazy. Don't give me that look, Chris. Come on. That is true. What's his name?
Not Christopher Cross.
Christopher
is it?
Cross. He could write the lobby song. Christopher Cross could write the lobby love song. You know what I mean? Like she was from the lower lobby. I was from the upper. They told us no.
Of course.
Our parents said no. You don't want to go down there,
Not just
son.
parents.
You know what I mean?
Society.
He's with his rich grandfather, and he's pushing lower lobby, and he's going, "Don't do it, son!" He's like swinging his cane at him, and door opens. They fall in love. Yeah, what is that song? The Moon in New York City, right?
It's
theme
Arthur's
from
theme.
Arthur. Yeah, Arthur's theme. But if you listen to that, I think Christopher Cross could write a good lobby love. Song.
Lobby Love. Beautiful movie.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah.
It's right there.
It's a New
Says it
Yorky
itself.
thing already. It's got the vibe. You guys know Arthur's theme? You're young. You
I
kids.
feel like I know Lobby Love more.
Yeah.
You'll know. Oh, you'll know Lobby. You'll know Arthur's. You don't know that song? You'll know it in a
I'm
second.
sorry.
All right, we'll find it. Dawson's computer's fucking up, but
It just fucked up. Stand by.
All right, my God.
he'll
stop.
find it. Yeah, Chris, you are going to know this song.
Is it like a standard?
It's a popular song. Under the 820 program, 20% of the units in certain newly constructed buildings are set aside for low, moderate income housing. The rest, the 80% units, are rented at market rates or sold at market rates, I guess. Now, just so everyone knows, all they do is pass the cost along to whoever's buying the condos on the other side of it. You know, whatever. Those people just pay another 10% for their condo to subsidize the lower lobby
Right.
folks. It's not like the developer's taking it out of his pocket.
Right.
It's just somebody has to pay, which is
I can't believe it's a law. Like it's that and being wheelchair accessible.
well, you can have
lobby.
rent control in Santa Monica, you have rent control in Manhattan. You know, like you can tell a guy who owns a building you can't charge what you want per unit. All right, let's say no, and then they'll go, I don't know that song, and I'll go, you will know that song when you hear it. That's how much you know other people's shit.
When you sing it, you're a little pitchy. It got confused.
Where did you get caught? Come on, how come Dawson knew immediately? Yeah,
Because I'm the right age. and,
That's right. But you guys
Some
all
of it would be
knew
Arthur.
the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I heard it, I knew it. Yeah.
Never.
But not even like I don't know it as a theme from Arthur. I
No,
just know,
I
just
still
know
don't know
the
what
song.
I don't even know
Arthur
what
is.
Arthur
Yeah, I
is.
have no idea what Arthur is.
You know what Arthur is?
Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore, Liza Minnelli.
He'd be in the lobby, not the lower lobby. She would be in the lower lobby.
Love in the
Great
lower
climactic
lobby.
scene at the end where Dudley Moore says, "He's taking the knife out of the cheese. Do you think he wants a piece of cheese? He's going to kill him."
Dudley Moore was a huge talent. I mean, not huge in stature, but man, he was a real talent. Played a lovable,
Powerhouse.
rich drunk.
Good
Yeah,
name too.
he was great. Yeah. All right, more news.
Sure. So Conor McGregor. Yeah, he's not a good place right now. He's being accused of kissing a woman without her consent, forcing her to perform oral sex, and then attempting to sodomize her during a violent attack inside a restroom after Game 4 of the NBA Finals on June 9th.
Stressful game.
That's a lot.
Stressful game.
That's
Stressful
a lot.
game.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the game that finished the finals. So he is denying all of the allegations. He thinks this woman is just trying to shake him down. But there's video of it. So
There's a
well,
video.
there's video. There is a video of. So here's this is from TMZ. So McGregor, it's showing him going up to the woman. Her face is censored out and pulling her into the bathroom while security blocks like the big line trying to wait in the bathroom. So just them two go in the bathroom. They close the door and they're being blocked off.
Oh,
and she says
really?
this all happened there.
Wow.
There. So
Well, that's
there's the alleged
Okay.
victim.
Okay.
right.
Very
All
clear.
right. So,
He's like,
pulling
come
her.
with me. You're coming with me.
And no one's stopping.
No one's stopping.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe him.
Well,
Bizarre.
and then they close the door, and people are like, "Hey, we're in line for the bathroom. What the hell?" Or maybe they're just trying to see Connor. I don't know.
that's his.
But she said that in the initial complaint that she was forced into the bathroom, and so this is why Connor seems actually like no, she walked in on her own accord. So and then none of this stuff happened in there.
He's pulling her hand, right?
It's
she looks-
somewhere
He's leading.
is leading her.
She
Yeah,
looks
he's
like
leading.
a big gal too. I don't know if was seeing properly.
Yeah.
Leading her in, okay. I don't know, Mike.
He's a chubby leader.
I was like, that's a big
Is that
gal.
DJ Khaled?
Yeah.
This is Miami.
I was like, that does look like, okay.
So yeah, so they're saying this footage undermines the woman's original allegation that he and his security guards forced her into the restroom.
Okay.
So it went on to claim, so he traps her in there, forces himself in there. So she wrote in her written document says, Mr. McGregor then appeared from inside the handicap stall, shoved his tongue in the victim's mouth and aggressively kissed her. Then the woman's like, hey, I need to use the bathroom. She claims she was able to get him off her, but says he then spat on her and on himself in a desperate attempt to get his flaccid penis hard. She then tries to flee, but says McGregor aggressively grabbed her, pinned her up against the wall, and tried to anally rape her. Fortunately, Mr. McGregor's penis was too limp for complete penetration, and the victim continuously elbowed
His
Mr.
publicist did not write this, right? That was her.
This is her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm
This is
confused.
his official
You'd
statement.
want to leave that part out, I guess. Yeah. And the victim continuously elbowed Mr. McGregor and finally escaped. Now, Conor's fiance is pregnant, and she is also publicly came out saying, "I don't believe this one bit." We're.
That's
Well,
what she
of
says
course, of
publicly,
course, of
but where do
course.
they
Yeah,
close that
yeah.
door?
I'm going to say I believe the woman. I
course, I believe the
believe. It's too specific. The
Yeah.
spitting on the dick. There's too many
Yeah.
weird things to add into that story.
But if you were
It's too
Conor
specific.
McGregor, why
Yeah.
would you do this in a public bathroom with all these people like waiting outside the
Because
door?
he think why they wouldn't think he's actually doing that in there.
Oh, okay. So
Why would he think he's going to
Yeah.
try to
Well,
fuck
the
with him in the
real
ass?
problem is he has an alcohol brand and he got whiskey dick. He has proper 12 or whatever
Yeah.
his booze is,
This is
and
all-
now he has whiskey dick,
it's a
which
proper
is
12
not
commercial.
not a good endorsement for his product. Okay, first off, if there was ever a day when you wish you could have just stayed home, it was this, because he first during halftime punched a mascot. It's the same ball
so
game.
he's a mess tonight.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a mess.
He punched a mascot, and the mascot like went down hard and had to go to the hospital, and like so he punched a mascot. Then later, I tend to be like sort of the he said she said. I want to hear it. I don't just believe all women for the sake of believing all women, but this feels boozy to me. Like this feels
Maybe they're both. I don't know.
This feels like everyone was pretty lit up,
Well-
and this feels like drunken behavior on his part.
He has had episodes where he's gotten drunk and just extremely out of hand.
Right.
He's also been previously accused of sexual assault by 2 women in Dublin, but released both without charges.
Yeah, it sounds
Yes.
more like rapey behavior.
Yeah, like also, why would you even go into the bathroom with this strange woman?
No, but what I'm saying
Leading her
is
in.
you're going, why would you go into the bathroom, or why would you do this, or like why? That's the drunk part.
Sure,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
this feels
it
drunk.
looks like he's not forcing her into that bathroom by the video. It looks
No.
like he's leading her.
Right.
Right? I don't think she was expecting that.
Right.
But if you're a drunk woman, which I've been,
Yeah.
when I gotta piss, I gotta piss. So she was probably making a big fucking scene, like I've been there, I've done that, and then
it's like,
you
oh, I
really
got you. Let me
no,
get you in
yeah,
the
and then you're
front.
like, oh, thank you. I
Right.
actually am gonna fucking piss my pants. 'Cause
Right.
I think we complain more about having to the bathroom than men do. Like I make a big scene when I have to piss.
Totally.
well, your lines are always longer.
Yeah, the lines are longer. I'm annoyed. I'm butting. I usually go to the men's bathroom. They get annoyed.
Oh,
I don't
you
give a
do
fuck.
that?
Oh, I don't
never
give a
care
fuck.
when women do that. By
I
the
do
way.
it. I
I
don't
don't
give a
either.
shit.
Because
I do
there's
it all the
no
time.
line.
Just
No
do
line.
it.
Sorry.
Just do it. No, we
Yeah,
don't
I have
care.
to pee.
Even if you're dropping a deuce. Because my thing is like, I didn't come to the bathroom to beat off, but if you're going to shit, it's on. And by the way, who you going to tell?
McGregor, gonna get him in there. He gonna suck the shit out of my ass.
Yeah.
That's that seems. I know. That the whole thing. He was probably hammered and definitely did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Definitely.
details are just, you
The
can't make
spitting.
that.
Little
Limp
too-
dick, the spitting
Trying to get the
thing.
anal.
too specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Mhm. Yeah.
specific.
Yeah. I like the guys who go for the brass ring anal, like right out of the fucking chute. You know what I mean? Like, wow. I
What
mean,
a
that's
choice.
That's
like a 7th year anniversary present. That ain't bathroom that night.
That's a after the shower situation. We're
Yeah.
not going right to the bum. You don't know where she was before this. She could have had a lot of.
Yeah, she
She's at
could
the
have got
game.
the
She probably had a couple
nachos.
nachos, a couple
Yeah.
hot dogs,
Wings.
knock on
Wings.
wings,
Beer,
a lot of
Yeah.
beer.
All the worst stuff.
Sweating, sitting in those stands, getting piles.
Not
Maybe
the
she's
place
got it-
for
Not
it.
the place.
Yeah. All right. So there's a restaurant in California that they had somebody come in impersonating a priest to encourage employees to do a confessional. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we need you to confess your guys' sins. And we have a priest here. It's just part of the job. If you want to do it, you can do it, but we suggest you do it. And so this priest, so the U.S. Department of Labor found out, and they are very upset.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So here's a quote from one of the servers there. Quote, I found the conversation to be strange and unlike normal confessions. He asked if I ever got pulled over for speeding, if I drank alcohol, if I'd stolen anything. Mostly work-related questions, which I thought was strange. And then the priest urged employees to get the sins out by asking them, have you ever stolen? Have you ever been late for work? Have you ever done anything to harm your employer? The purported priest also asked if they had bad intentions towards their employer. So investigators said the restaurant denied overtime pay to employees and illegally paid managers from the employee tip pool. The employers threatened employees with retaliation and immigration-related consequences for cooperating with investigators in this investigation too. So they're just like these employers are just shady. They hired a fake priest to just find out if their employees were stealing from them if they were late.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you that fake priest was like an open mic comic who's just like really doing bad right now. We need some more gigs.
Yeah. Where do you find this guy?
Yeah.
Craigslist.
I think you could go to one of those like party pals
In the belly room.
places
In the
where
belly
they,
room.
yeah, any open mic,
Yeah, literally.
any Sunday night between 5 and 6:30 at any comedy
Put this
club, you can
collar on.
find this guy.
He's there.
Almost everyone I work with would do it. Yeah.
Already wearing the priest outfit, just like somebody please.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
the employer had agreed to a consent judgment and settlement. They are paying $70,000 in back wages and $70,000 in damages to 35 employees.
Wow.
Well, everyone gets $2,000.
I know.
That doesn't seem like
It doesn't
too much.
seem like enough, but yeah. So they had, and who knows what else this priest found out? I mean, this is a real confessional. You think?
But they still want to work there? I'd be like, my manager's a psychopath.
Well, I'm sure people are trying to get these businesses shut down at this point. But
It's a restaurant?
yeah, it's a taqueria.
Do we know which one?
Taqueria.
So
Hilarious.
if it's Mexican, heavily Catholics, of course they're gonna
It
do
is.
Yeah, you wouldn't do this at a deli. That's not going to work.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they'd sift that one
I'd
out
fish
pretty
that
early.
bagel with cream cheese right out of the garbage, I'll tell you that. That's why I couldn't work at a restaurant. I couldn't
Yeah.
do the bus tray. I'd be pulling food out of it.
Oh my
I did that all the
God.
time.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's good. Yeah, there's good food still on those plates. Everybody at my restaurant did that.
Good.
Most people at my restaurant did that too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's good.
Good for them.
I
good
didn't,
eating.
but most people did.
Yeah, whatever.
I'd eat stuff before I took it out to them. I'd eat fries off the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Oh, you would?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
if you get fries at a restaurant, like at a sit down restaurant, people imagine like 3 or 4 servers' hands have already went
Oh,
into
yeah.
your
Oh,
stash.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
awful.
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. We're
totally.
eating fries. We're eating fries big time.
You're grabbing. You need
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
You need your energy.
Oh
An
my
onion
God.
ring falls. Oh, yeah. You're getting in there.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Never thought about it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, how
Don't
could
think
you
about
not?
it. Yeah.
I would be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Servers effing with food.
Got to be taking hits off beers and stuff. I would imagine, like tap.
Oh, I
bringing
did.
it
You take the straw. You just take the straw and you dip it. And you just
through the finger.
just hit it.
Through
Yeah.
the finger vacuum thing.
Yeah, exactly. I did that with all the drinks.
And can I say this? The last few beers I've ordered on tap have come up about 1.25 inches short of the top, like the wide part of the glass, and it kind of narrows down, like the pint or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Weird. You get
if
beers in the lower
order-
lobby?
Yeah, you get a beer on tap. You got to go up.
Yeah.
You get up to the top. The 1.25 inches from the
That's
top.
you're robbed of a few sips.
Yeah.
Few sips, and it's the wide part because it heads down
Right.
after that. Get up there.
Do you drink your water for the next week out of that glass?
Yes, I do. I take hose water and I shake it up in the glass.
Yeah. Here, let's see if there's. Okay, so there's this phenomenon on social media. Football player, 10 years old. They call him Baby Gronk. Have you heard of this kid? So his real name is Madden San Miguel. Madden San Miguel. But they call him Baby Gronk. He's been called a future football superstar since he was 6 years old. Right now on Instagram, he has 319,000 followers.
For
Wow,
fuck's sakes.
Yeah, his dad he's like the LeVar Ball kind of dad who's just from birth is like, you're going to be a pro athlete and I'm going to make sure of it. So he shepherded, his dad's already taken him to all unofficial visits around colleges and universities just to let him know about this 10-year-old kid. His quote is, I've had a plan for my son since before he was born and it's playing out now. 5 or 6 days a week of training.
My
He diets and eats clean foods, salmon and brown rice. He's in a routine. He's a real athlete. He's not a normal kid. His dad says normal kids are emotional. They put their head down, and when they make mistakes, talk back to coaches. They make noises, but he doesn't do that. He's been trained and programmed since he was 6 years old.
Oh, God.
Psychopath.
This kid is going
This
to
kid's
shoot up the school.
fucked. This kid's done. Yeah.
You're saying good, Adam?
I wish more people would fucking train other people around them to not be such fucking douchebags. I
Yeah.
mean, be able to take some
years
constructive
old?
criticism. It's fine. I played popcorn football. Is that old? People screamed at us. It's fine. But here's what I will say. You cannot will your way into football. Now, to play football, you have to be fast. And you have to be big and fast. And big and fast is few and far between. But these guys are big and they're fast. You cannot teach speed. You can work on it a little bit, and you can kind of work on quickness. You can work on being quicker, even though that's tough, but you cannot train for speed. And so if this guy doesn't have the foot speed, it's going to be hard for him to make it. And you can do all the training you want, but when you see like crazy natural athletes, these kind of guys that show up in the NFL, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to compete against those guys. So you cannot, through just hard work, kind of will your kid into playing.
So he's averaging 6 touchdowns a game.
Also, it's pre-puberty.
Yeah.
I was
put 'em up, guys.
I was a
There's some videos.
stud before fucking puberty ruined my life. Once puberty kicks in, if you don't got the genes, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
You tear your ACL, you're fucked.
He has recorded 7,000 rushing yards, 4,500 receiving yards, 300 touchdowns in his first 2 years.
That's his dad.
This is him.
It's all good, but
Look, he's so upset.
Oh, he looks.
but
fucked.
it's not going to kick in. If it doesn't kick in, it doesn't. What is he playing? Flag football?
Yeah, and that one
No.
he's playing flag.
Oh well, if
Well, I mean-
you're not playing tackle football, what are we even?
No, he does
talking
play
about?
tackle as well. But
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
so this is just his workouts. So yeah, it's 5-6 days a
hate
week
him.
of this.
Oh, this kid's gonna literally
So-
one day freak out.
So a lot of pro athletes are actually going against it. Like JJ Watt's like, let the kid be a kid. What are you thinking, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And he's tweeting that up. But there's this video that went viral of Baby Grunk on a podcast with his dad. So they're interviewing Baby Grunk, and his dad's kind of teaching him how to do interviews.
Oh,
We can watch
God.
him on the mic here.
Are you him is the real question.
Are you him?
Yes.
See, I'm gonna punch him in.
Punch
Ask
him
that
in.
again, bro. Say, man, what kind of question is that?
Oh, that's
You
a
see
fact.
my Instagram? Say that. Ready? Go. All right, go
Hey,
ahead.
baby Gronk, are you him?
What kind of question is that? Look at my Instagram.
Would you take her to prom someday?
Hey, no, say it again, bro. You gotta.
this is what my dad did with me.
man.
That's how I got into
I already
podcasting.
I already DM'd her and asked her.
he told me what to say.
Come on, man. Say on the mic.
Hey, baby Gronk, would you take Livy Dunn to prom?
Hey, Adam, your guess has
DM'd her
Crohn's
and she said
disease.
yes.
Oh shit, that's some fucked up stuff. No, man.
No.
No, don't say that. Say you had a wiki page.
This would be the worst podcast in the world to have to record.
This is
Yeah,
so
you're thinking
bad for
everything.
your
This
kid.
is so. I'd rather watch DJ Khaled again play guitar.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And what kind of tuxedo you getting?
I'm gonna get a Gucci one.
What are
Oh,
you gonna
God.
do, to stay sharp and keep your skills up if you're actually not gonna go through with middle school and high school?
Going right to the game.
Just work out.
No, I'm gonna get massages. I'm gonna get full body massages by some baddies.
Oh, this is
Alright,
so awful.
Yeah.
Go.
No, this is painful.
You want to ask it again, bro?
Yeah.
All right, go.
I saw that you're foregoing middle school and high school football.
See,
How
so
are you gonna
this-
keep preparing yourself to
a
play
media
college
training.
football in this whole
Oh, wow, I
process?
I'm
did
gonna
this.
get body massages by baddies.
Anything you want to say before we dip out, baby Gronk?
I'm the #1 4th grade football player in the world in flex, and that's it.
Oh my God.
Stand
This
right
is abuse.
No, this actually is abuse. This
Hey,
actually
baby
is abuse.
Gronk, before I wrap up, bring the juice. Anything you want to say to bring the Juice Nation today?
I'm the #1 4th grader in the world.
There you
That's his.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh, that was
This
bad.
is abusive.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
It's brainwashing.
That is.
I wish my dad had taken that level of interest in me.
He's got a vanity plate for sure.
Oh yeah, the kid's already
baby
driving.
Gronk. Of course.
Baby,
Oh, yeah.
baby
Right. So
Honk
this,
if you're Gronk.
yeah.
honk for Gronk. Oh my God.
All right, but what I really don't. I want to underscore this. This kid is not going to the show. He's not even going to play major college ball. As soon as you walk out into a program, a big major college program, you have phenomenal athletes from all over the country, and you cannot will yourself. I mean, people watch a little too much Rudy, but you can't fucking will yourself into that program. If you don't run a sub 4.540, or you can't do, 18 to 28 reps with 220 pounds on them, you're not playing.
No.
That's it.
He's going to have a mental breakdown before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if his dad's not that big. Like, his dad probably doesn't run a sub 4.540. Like, you're just not going to be able to do it. You cannot work it.
Right.
You cannot will yourself into that.
No.
And your
Right.
dad can't do it either.
My dream's crushed.
Yeah, now maybe, but you bring up Marinovich. Marinovic's dad was the strength coach for USC or the Rams or something, Chargers or something like that. He had the genes, like he had the height and the strength and the whatever. And he played quarterback, which is all we know from Tom Brady. You don't have to be a crazy phenom if you're that focused.
Yeah, you have
like
the
you can be
IQ and the focus, yeah.
but you're not, kicker. Maybe quarterback, like maybe that sounds weird, but
Like a tight end.
you don't get to just play running back for University of Miami because your dad wants you to really bad.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this kid's.
And there's nothing like genetics.
Right.
All the training in the world doesn't get around genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, his dad actually is prepared for that as well.
He had another kid.
Well, no, because well, this kid, so he is making like $100,000 a year on Instagram already.
How?
I'm gonna snap.
Ads?
Yeah, yeah, endorsements, ads.
Oh my
things like
God.
that. Yeah, so his dad's like, look, I'm just trying to get a nice nest egg for him. So if it doesn't work out, at least his public profile and all of his it'll pay off.
That is quite a large nest egg.
Is he playing tackle football?
Yeah,
though?
he is. I don't,
All
this
right.
video doesn't show, but this is
Good.
just one of his hype videos or reels.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So is it abuse, Adam, or is it? What do you think?
Well, all right. So,
Duggar territory?
look, there's two. We get really whipped up about this kind of stuff, but then there are tons of kids who never met their dad, never have any contact with their dad, or just sort of alone, all the time, which is abuse as well. Personally, I would rather have a dad that was way too involved than a dad that was completely neglectful. So, and we don't really judge that. Like we judge, I've said it once, but I mean it. In 2023, we judge smokers a lot more harshly than we do absentee dads as a society.
Yeah.
We have more ire toward smokers than people that haven't raised their kids or don't raise their kids or not involved with their kids. So we're a little fucked up. I would say I would rather have over-involved dad than not involved at all. But of course, the optimal would be a healthy amount of involvement.
Yeah.
They're both terrible.
They're both
Right.
bad.
They're
Yeah,
both
I think they're
terrible.
both bad.
I'll take over-involved.
Poor kid.
This kid's definitely happier than I was when I was 10.
He looks so
Baby
miserable.
girl.
I would choose to have, assuming his mother's in the picture, I would choose to not have the dad in the picture for him.
Yes, I would.
This is all seen through a woman's goggles, though. This kid likes it.
I don't think so.
I'm looking at this. My mother's a Highland dancing teacher. I competitively
Oh,
Highland
right.
danced as a kid, and I did it my whole life. And I was dog shit, but I was forced into it. I'd come home. I think I told you last time. I'd come home at fucking recess and lunch hour and practice,
Right.
and I wasn't good. I was fucking bad, but I hated it. I hated my life for the first that chunk of my life was so bad. I had no friends. It was a nightmare, and my mom was like trying to make me this champion, and I was never going to be it. And she finally realized. And I was that kid. I was unhappy.
Really?
Yes, I was not. That was me. I was unthrilled. It's a nightmare. All I did was dance. I literally had no friends at school. It was just like nonstop.
Yeah,
and I knew I was bad.
See, I loved playing football when I was a kid. So maybe I'm like, the only thing I loved to do was play
So
football.
maybe some of that's coming into your perspective.
Yeah, I would
There you
have
go.
played football
But I know
24/7 if I could have. But he may like playing football as much as we think he's being
But
abused.
even if he likes it now, like I've known many people who are really good at sports and then just get over it when they become teenagers and they meet girls
You start
and they want to
getting
do other
laid,
things.
things
Yeah.
change.
He's not going to go to school. He's not going to be able to talk to women. He's not going to be able to be. He's not going to be around any women. He's going to have no social skills. He's going to be fucked up.
It's a robot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big time robot.
I expect great things out of this kid.
Do we see him in the NFL?
No, it's not. You have to have the genes, the genetics for
It
it.
can't just be that. Okay. You want to do another one?
I think you could do this with maybe golf a little bit, maybe being a kicker, and maybe baseball as well. But you can't really do this with basketball or the NFL. You cannot will your
Derek
kid
Jeter
into that.
talks about his father's involvement in becoming a baseball star.
Yeah.
And how he would his dad would have him swing baseball bats in the pool underwater.
Right.
So there's intention there. I don't know if it was this level, but I do think baseball is different than football in terms of cultivating your
when
skill.
you watch the NBA, like when you watch Michael Jordan in college hit his head on the bottom of the backboard when he's blocking a shot, like
Right.
took it, like had to crouch, like goes up, blocks the shot, and then has to duck because he's going to whack his head on the bottom of the backboard and does. You just can't will that into
Yeah.
you can't fucking
There's
touch
some
your
physical
He had to duck
limitations,
so
yeah.
he could not hit his head on the bottom of the backboard at 19.
Right.
You either do that or you don't.
It's like swimmers, like Michael Phelps, who's just like a human dolphin.
Yeah.
His body is like perfect for the water.
Yeah, but even he has to go 10 hours a day in the pool. Like you can, to a certain level, you can will it with repetition, but football, it doesn't work.
But and also like the parents who are raising their kids to hopefully be professional athletes, is there like a thought like, how am I going to get my kid to take care of me when I get older? Right? Like,
Yes.
now you've become an
Yes.
investment.
Well, that's why I got the drink. Because
You've been doing that.
To what extent can you will comedy?
I mean, yeah. Oof.
Oh,
I think there are guys who can, and girls who can hire writers and really be disciplined and come up with a catchphrase and sort of fall into a niche,
Get super hot,
and
get a
sort
big
of
Instagram following.
sort of do it. I mean, I've definitely interviewed a lot of comedians where I was like, oh, that person's not funny. Like after you're done interviewing, I think you can will yourself into being a comedian. I think it takes a little, like an apparatus, like you have to have writers and you have to just keep working it, and you can't really do it in a super organic way. You have to do it like you don't have a sense of humor. And
Yeah.
you have to know you don't have a sense of humor, but go, fuck it, I'm doing this anyway. And then you become the DJ Khaled of comedy,
Yeah.
which is like, he doesn't have a sense of humor. He doesn't play an instrument, doesn't do anything, but he's kind of willed. I think you can will yourself. There are plenty of guys I know that are super funny and operating at 25% capacity because they're fucking lazy or they don't want to do the same joke again. Or, there's a other end, they're phenom athletes who never played college because they got fucking like to drink and got someone pregnant and fucked around and robbed a liquor store or whatever. I mean, there's always the spectrum of the supernaturally gifted who never really got the traction comedically, and then there's the other ones that just willed themselves into this role. And then some of it is kind of like the way the wind is blowing. Like, Pauly Shore came around in the mid 80s with like, hey, Weasel, hey, bro, and this stuff. It was very 80'd, and he captured, and it was like grabbed kind of that zeitgeist, and went like, I will be this caricature of the 80s, and everyone, bands will do it. They'll play like really 80s shit right in the middle of the 80s, and you don't hear much from them. They're not like musically gifted, but they're kind of, the timing was there, and
Yeah.
the vibe was right, and the look was right. Like there's definitely an element of that. I think if you're very naturally funny and you have a reasonable work ethic, you will then work. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're going to capture, and be the Andrew Dice Clay of your time.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
or Elaine Boozler for you girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but football in the NBA, really hard to will yourself into that game. Really, no matter how bad your dad wants it. Nobody wanted to play football more than me. Nobody. And it's like I got to junior college and I was washed out.
Well, also, I don't think any parents have ever been like, you're going to be a fucking comedian. I'm going to make you funny. I'm going to get you writers. Like, this doesn't happen with comedians. No,
swing this mic stand in the pool every night. That mic stand.
You're going to go to do it old mic when you're 6 years old.
We're not going to plug it in. I'm not a fucking maniac.
Don't say this on a podcast. Don't talk about your HPV in a public podcast.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have gotten an earlier start comedically if I had some people around, words of encouragement or something. But I found my way. Just took a little longer.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
Special one-on-one with Wayne Newton tomorrow, everybody. If anyone wants to listen to that pod, that's a story about a guy doing it early and often. Started in showbiz when he was 5.
He had a radio show when he was 5 or something.
Oh my God.
He had a radio show at 5 and a TV show at 9.
The original Baby Gronk.
Yeah.
He's known as the Baby Gronk. And, now we have to find the scene. I don't want to step on it, but remember that scene in Lost in America with Albert Brooks? You guys, everyone weigh in on this. So, Lost in America, Albert Brooks. It's a phenomenal movie, very funny movie. And Defending Your Life is a great Albert Brooks movie, which is kind of an important Albert Brooks movie, but Lost in America is just straight out comedy. It's just a funny, funny film. And when his wife gambles away all the nest egg money they had, and I won't get into the whole story, but he ends up in the office of the guy who runs or manages the Desert Inn, and he's basically saying, give us our money back. Like, my wife went nuts, gambled away all the money we had, but it'd be great advertisement for you guys to give it back, and he's like, that's not what we do. We don't want to advertise that we give you your money back. And he's like, this is an exception. He's in advertising. He's like, we made a mistake, but this is going to be great publicity that you gave
the boldest
the money back. But as I was saying to Wayne Newton, which you guys can hear tomorrow, I'm always curious, and you guys tell me, and we'll see if we can find that scene. It's findable because I was watching it on the way out
I sent it to you, Ben.
To Vegas. And it's real funny because Albert Brooks is real funny, and Gary Marshall, who I guess created Happy Days, wrote, directed. He's Penny Marshall's brother? Dad? Oh, wait. Anyway, Albert Brooks finds out that every single penny they had, like they cashed in, they sold their house, they sold everything. The plan was like...
Brother, by the way.
Oh, it's a brother, Penny Marshall brother. Yeah, so the deal was why are we looking for a bigger house? Why we keep working our shitty jobs? If we just cashed out everything right now, we could buy an RV and travel the country for the rest of our lives and never have to work again.
We've already won.
Instead of working on the next office and the next upgrade, the next advance, the next raise. So they did it, but then she went nuts when they were stopping in Vegas and just stayed up all night and gambled it all away. So he's going to ask for his money back, but you'll see the Wayne Newton part in a minute.
As the boldest experiment in advertising history, you give us our money back.
I beg your pardon?
Give us our money back. Think of the publicity. The Hilton Hotels has these billboards all over Los Angeles where the winners of these slot machine jackpots, their faces are all over L.A., and I know that works. I've seen people at corners look up and say, maybe I'll go to the Hilton. Well, you give us our money back. I don't even know now because I'm just coming off the top of my head, but a visual where if we had a billboard and the Desert Inn handed us our nest egg back, this gives the Desert Inn, really, Vegas is not associated with feeling.
Well, first of all, those people on those signs, they won. You lost.
But that's it. That's the campaign.
What's the campaign?
You gave my wife and I our money back because you reviewed our situation and you realized that we dropped out of society and we weren't just gamblers and we made a mistake and you gave our money back. Do you know you couldn't get a room in this place for 10 years?
Then everybody will want their money back. All the gamblers will say, hey, go to the Desert Inn and get our money back.
Not gamblers. You keep all the money. It's just that my wife and I aren't gamblers. That's what I'm saying. That's the distinction. My wife and I represent the few people, and I'll tell you something, there's probably nobody else that's ever going to come and have this happen. So really probably we're the only two. We represent the people who have taken the chance. And we made a mistake, and then the Desert Inn corrects it and gives it back. There is a warm feeling here.
But you don't think everybody then will want their money back?
No. In the campaign, you make a clear distinction between the bold, who would be my wife and I, and then all the other schmucks who come here to see Wayne Newton.
I like Wayne Newton.
I said Wayne Newton?
What were you talking about? I heard you say, schmuck, see Wayne Newton. I like him. That makes me a schmuck?
Oh, no. I'm stupid to use an entertainer as a dividing point. I just meant all the people that come here carefree on their way to see a show.
So backpedaling now, yeah.
I told Wayne Newton, you must be familiar with this scene, right? It was a pretty big movie, and it's like, no.
No idea.
Do they just say no, or is it really no? Like,
I'm sure over there someone said something to him.
somebody in this camp has to say, there's a movie you're used as an example. He calls you a schmuck, and then the other guy defends you. Like, it's Albert Brooks. Like, somebody tell him or not.
I'm sure he was told.
At some point.
I'm also sure he has no recollection of it.
Yeah, he's also so famous, and he doesn't care. I'm sure people talk about him all the time.
Right. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't be following
sort
everything.
through all that.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it's like Baby Gronk. Like, his
Baby
name's
Gronk.
get
Baby
dropped
Gronk's
all
never
up.
going to hear us talking about.
Yeah. Did you hear yourself on Carolla? I don't know.
Yeah, he's not. Baby Gronk's not listening to this.
Baby Gronk.
No, say it again. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. And I fucked those baddies. What?